What if your brain could be trained just like a muscle to become more positive, more resilient, and ultimately happier? I want you to imagine this for a second. You're standing in front of a mirror, brushing your teeth, and right beside you is a little voice whispering in your ear. That voice? It's your inner critic. You know the one. The voice that says, "You're not doing enough. You're always behind." Or, "You're not good enough." But now, picture a second voice slowly entering the room. Softer at first, but calm, wise, steady. It says, "You're trying. You've overcome more than you realize. You're growing." That second voice, that's the one we're training today. Welcome to MindShift Media. I'm your host, Teodor, and in today's episode, we're diving deep into how you can train your brain for positivity and happiness, not with toxic positivity or wishful thinking, but with real grounded practices rooted in neuroscience, psychology, and self-compassion. Stick with me, because by the end of this episode, you'll walk away with 5 powerful mental exercises that can literally rewire your brain and shift your mindset from survival to thriving. Let's start with a quick science-backed truth. Your brain is not wired for happiness. It's wired for survival. In evolutionary terms, spotting danger kept us alive. So naturally, our brains developed a negativity bias, a tendency to focus on the bad, the threat, the mistake, the failure. It's why you can receive 10 compliments and 1 criticism, and it's the criticism you replay at night. But here's the breakthrough. Your brain is plastic. Not the material, but in neuroscience, neuroplasticity means your brain can form new connections, adapt, and literally reshape itself based on what you think, feel, and repeat. So while the default may be to worry or assume the worst, you can choose to retrain those patterns. Here's a quick story. I once worked with a young woman named Alina, 23 years old, smart, creative, but caught in a loop of overthinking and self-doubt. Every win felt fleeting. Every setback felt like a catastrophe. What helped her wasn't some massive life change. It was a consistent daily practice of rewiring her thoughts. One of the first things I gave her? A small challenge. Each night before bed, write down 3 things that went well today and why they happened. Sounds simple, right? But after 30 days, something shifted. She started noticing her wins in real time. Her brain was learning to spot the positive just as easily as it once obsessed over the negative. This practice is called the 3 good things method. And yes, it's been studied by positive psychologists like Dr. Martin Seligman. Results? Increased happiness, decreased depression, all from focusing on gratitude and reflection. Now, let's get to the heart of it. Training your brain for positivity isn't about forcing yourself to just be happy. It's about rewiring your thought patterns with intention, consistency, and compassion. Think of it like going to the gym, but for your mind. Here are 5 powerful, practical, and research-backed exercises you can start using today. And remember, consistency beats intensity. You don't need to do them all at once. Choose 1 or 2 to begin, then build from there. This is your foundational practice. Every morning or right before bed, write down 3 things you're grateful for. But don't stop there. Add why you're grateful for them. Let's say, I'm grateful for my morning coffee. Why? Because it gives me a moment of stillness before the day begins. I'm grateful my friend texted me. Why? Because I felt seen and connected. I'm grateful for the rain. Why? Because it gave me a reason to slow down. What this does is train your brain to scan for the good, which over time becomes its default operating mode. Pro tip: set a recurring reminder on your phone. Gratitude check-in. Do it during lunch break while brushing your teeth. Build the ritual. We all have an inner critic. That voice that says you're not good enough, you'll fail, or Who do you think you are? And while it tries to protect us, it often keeps us small. The key is to reframe it. Next time that voice speaks up, try this 3-step formula. 1. Notice it. There's that voice again. 2. Name it. Some people even give it a funny name, like Judgy Janet or Critical Carl. 3. Reframe it with a self-compassionate voice. Example, inner critic. You sounded so awkward in that meeting. Reframe, I'm learning. I showed up. I cared enough to try. That matters. Psych insight. According to cognitive behavioral therapy, thought reframing reduces the intensity of negative emotions and helps rewire how we interpret challenges. Try this. Keep a thought reframe journal. Whenever a harsh thought shows up, write it down, and then write your gentle response next to it. This is one of the most underrated happiness habits, savoring. It means fully immersing yourself in a positive moment, on purpose. Instead of rushing through your meal, your walk, your compliment, pause. Take it in with all your senses. If someone says, "You did a great job today," don't brush it off. Pause. Let the praise land. Replay it in your mind. Smile. Feel it. Here's the science. When you intentionally savor an experience for at least 15 to 30 seconds, your brain has time to consolidate it into long-term memory, activating the reward centers in your brain. That makes it easier to recall positivity later, especially when you're feeling down. Try this. Set a savoring alarm once a day. When it goes off, reflect. What was a good moment I can relive right now for 30 seconds? Visualization isn't just for athletes or motivational speakers. It's a scientifically supported mental training tool. Here's how to use it. Close your eyes for 5 minutes a day. Imagine a version of your life you'd love to step into. Make it vivid. Where are you? Who's with you? What do you see, hear, feel, smell? The key is detail. For example, imagine you're leading a workshop and the room is filled with engaged, smiling faces. You feel calm, confident, and connected. You hear the sound of your voice projecting clearly. You see nods of understanding. You feel the clicker in your hand, the notebook in your lap. Why it works? Visualization activates the brain's mirror neurons, the same ones that would fire if the event were actually happening. Your brain doesn't always know the difference between imagined and real experiences, so this primes your brain to believe, prepare, and move toward that reality. Bonus tip: pair your visualization with a deep breath meditation for maximum effect. Affirmations aren't about pretending everything's perfect. They're about planting seeds of belief, even when you're not sure they'll grow yet. Here's a simple method. Each morning, look in the mirror, place a hand over your heart and say, "I am doing my best. I am becoming who I'm meant to be." You can personalize your affirmation. I am worthy of love. I am learning, evolving, and growing. I believe in the person I'm becoming. Research from UCLA shows that positive affirmations can reduce cortisol, the stress hormone, and increase activity in areas of the brain associated with self-processing and valuation. Try this. Write your affirmation on a sticky note and place it on your bathroom mirror. Say it out loud every day for a week and notice how your self-talk shifts. Each of these 5 exercises rewires your brain in a small but powerful way. Like brushing your teeth, it's not about doing it perfectly, but doing it consistently. Pick one, start today, and remember, small shifts make lasting change. Let's get nerdy for a second. Studies in neuroplasticity show that repetitive positive thought and reflection strengthens neural pathways associated with optimism and emotional regulation. Think of your brain like a field. Each time you think a certain way, you're walking down the same path. Over time, it becomes well-trodden, automatic. The goal? Start forging new paths. Dr. Rick Hanson, neuroscientist and author of Hardwiring Happiness, explains that taking in the good, pausing to absorb positive moments, actually transfers short-term positivity into long-term memory, making your brain more inclined to access those memories over negativity. In simple terms, what you focus on grows. Let's not forget one of the most powerful tools of all: mindfulness. Mindfulness is about presence, noticing what's here without judgment. When you practice mindfulness, whether through meditation, breath work, or even mindful walking, you become an observer of your thoughts instead of being consumed by them. Pair that with self-compassion, and you create a safe internal space to grow. Kristin Neff, a pioneer in self-compassion research, highlights 3 key components. 1. Self-kindness over self-judgment. 2. Common humanity over isolation. 3. Mindfulness over over-identification. When you begin to show up for yourself the way you would for a friend, you shift your brain's entire emotional framework. I want to leave you with this. Happiness isn't a destination, it's a practice. And positivity, it's not pretending everything's fine. It's knowing you have the power to face what's real and still choose to look for the light. So wherever you are on your journey, whether you're just starting out or already deep in the work, know this. Your brain is listening, your thoughts are shaping it, and you have more control than you've ever been told. Start small, stay consistent, and trust the process. Thank you for joining me on today's journey into the science and soul of happiness. If you found value in this episode, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and tap that notification bell so you never miss an episode. And if you're on a journey of growth, mindset, or healing, share this with someone you care about. Let's keep spreading the light together. Until next time, be kind to your mind and take care.